Gingerbread here, but not for a video review, for episode 13, I'm looking for some, of Look Back. Yes, yeah, basically a sort of bi-monthly, by which I mean usually twice a month, I do a sort of, essentially a video looking back at reviews I did 1 year ago and 5 years ago, basically, because I've been doing the channel for that long now, so I'm able to do it. Yeah, so there we go. You've probably heard that before, but still true. Yeah, so yeah, basically all these reviews, well, before I forget, I usually forget, I probably would have put a little message in this corner, this one, there we go. Yes, yeah, to say that all the reviews will be available via a link in the description, so you want to see them. They are still up, of course, you can find them anywhere where you like, but for convenience, there's a link in the description for each of the reviews as well. And yeah, I've also done various member reviews as well. I've been doing the member reviews for over a year now, so there's various ones of those. So if you're a member, or even if you're not and you fancy looking into that, into the member program, either way, a link for that's in the description and probably in the top this corner, yes, as well. What do we do? Yeah, Mr. Kipling Ice Top Mince Pies, Cadbury's Whisper Hot Frothy Instant Chocky, hot chocolate basically, Whisper Hot Chocolate. A couple of the, well, two of the Walker's Taste Icons range as well, Nando's Peri Peri Chicken and Yo Sushi, and also Malteser's Chocolate Spread. So yeah, so they're member reviews. So if you're a member, as I say, you've not watched those, go back and watch them, still relevant today. And if you think of checking out the member program, that's the kind of video you'll get. So yes, exclusive video for bronze members or above. So yeah, so yeah, worth checking out if you like my reviews, I guess. Helps out the channel as well. So yeah, anyway. All right, well anyway, let's go back onto things I did a year ago. So you know, enough of the sales pitch. Apologies for that, but you know what it's like. Got to do it. So what did I do a year ago? Well, I did a duo review, sort of. There was two basically Jaffa cake bars, exactly the same, just repackaged, rethemed, I guess. Jaffa Cake Zesty cake bars and cosmic cake bars as well. So yeah, basically I think it's come to sort of come to the conclusion really that Jaffa cake bars, Vities cake bars generally really are just really nice. They're the sort of nicest cake bars you can get really in this sort of general pack, you know, of 6 whatever you get. Yeah, really nice these ones. I think they really replicate Jaffa cakes very well as well. I think you know, do different flavors as well, but they just, I mean, they're not, well, say replicate, they do a great job of sort of, I don't know, giving the Jaffa cake feel but being a cake bar at the same time. You know, Jaffa cakes are kind of cake anyway. I say there's that old, you know, I don't know if there might be other definitions of a cake, but basically, long story short is that if they go soft, they're a biscuit. If they go hard, they're a cake when left out for some time. So yes, that's a rough definition anyway. Might be other things, you know, but anyway, there we go. Yeah, these ones I gave them a 4. Might be a bit harsh, that one, you know. I think Jaffa cake bars, as I say, really nice, really up there. So I don't know, weird, yeah, I don't know. I think I might keep them at a 4, I think. But if anything, it'd be a 4.5 out of 5. So I think I'll give myself the benefit of the doubt there. But they are really good, Jaffa cake bars. Really do like them. As I say, they're just soft and spongy. You know, nice sponge as well. You know, they come across as really good Jaffa, you know, sort of the Jaffa cake taste with the sort of the jelly bits at the top, well proportioned, really nice for what they are really. And you know, so if anything, it's higher than a 4, but I think I'll stick with a 4. I think I won't get carried away. But as I say, do recommend those cake bars. On another day, they could easily be a 4.5 out of 5, and I think I might even given, yeah. You know what? I am going to say 4.5 out of 5 because I think, you know, because in the same set of reviews, I have actually reviewed another one and I gave them a 4.5, and I think these ones are just as good. So yeah, I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to. Bit of a spoiler for further on ahead in the video, but I think a 4.5 out of 5. I think they're just that good. They are just that nice, and they do good service to Jaffa cakes generally as well. You know, they just tick all the boxes basically. So yeah, I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5 with those ones. So there, you probably could have told him because the graphic in this corner would have already said raised, but there we go. There we are. And I did review the M&M's Almond Chocolate Bar. Yeah, there's a new one out at the time. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. I think I just didn't like the fact that there's just mini M&Ms in it, and they're not sort of M&Ms with an almond filling in. They're just mini M&Ms with almond pieces in, and I don't think the chocolate's the best. I prefer because it comes with these little domes on top of each segment. It's a segmented chocolate bar to an extent. There's a part that's like a bit of a graphic of a M&M's person. You want the, is it Mike or something? Which again is a problem. It's not. It's only the chocolate guy. It's not the sort of almond M&M person. He has the same mold for each one, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, that's me being particular, I guess. But yeah, I think. Yeah, it's a funny one, this one. I think for me, I just prefer if in these domes, I say, on each of the segments of the chocolate bar, if they just put a proper full-size M&M in there, that'd be great. And if the M&M was what it was meant to be, which is an almond one in this case, I think, you know, I just don't know why they don't do that really. Well, I do know why they don't do it, but for cost and ease and stuff like this and this, that, and the other. But I think it would just be nice to have done that. But I can understand why I don't do it, because it would be difficult. The different odd sizes of M&M and stuff like this. Maybe they don't even do almond M&Ms as well. I'm not even sure if they do or not. And if they did, yeah. Anyway. So, whether they'd fit in the dome or not and stuff like this. But either way, what I'm saying is they could be better. Yeah, I give it 3.5 out of 5. I don't know. I think I probably will stick to that. I think, if I don't think it'll be higher. I know some people did really like this bar, but I think for me, I think 3.5 is probably about right. I think, I said the chocolate's not the best. I don't like the fact it's mini M&Ms in it, and yeah. So the almonds in the chocolate as well. It's a nice bar, but it's just not. I just don't think it's better than a 3.5 out of 5, basically. So yeah, there we go. And what else did we have? We had a Lindt Excellence Dark Honeycomb. Yes, so I think this was recommended to me actually. It might be by Shady Willoughby. I'm not too sure. I think maybe the 1,000 subscriber special. If you're still watching, yes, Shady, let me know. Trying to remember now if yes. Yeah, I think it was that anyway. I think it was for the 1,000 subscriber special. But really like this one. Basically, it was really sort of like basically a dark chocolate crunchy almost. Really, it had some bits of honeycomb in rather than just solid honeycomb through it. But maybe the crunchy rocks or something. Just really nice dark chocolate. Really nice honeycomb pieces. Really enjoyed it. 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, I think it wasn't quite a 5 just because it didn't blow my socks off. Basically, it didn't have quite that oomph. But it was very close, really nice. So I'm keeping that the same. Really good, that one. Definitely liked it. Then I had Cadbury's Goo Heads. Yes, a mini Goo Heads. Reviewed them together. Gave them 3.5 out of 5, basically. Basically, these are sort of Cadbury's cream eggs, but without the sort of yellow bit in it to make it like an actual egg. And it's just got, and we always say this every time. I think Andrew Winton and myself always talk about this. And it's the way they're not scream eggs anymore, which had the green sensor in. Why they don't do that? Why they just got, as I say, white in it? It's just lazy, really. I don't think these are very exciting. I gave them a 3.5 out of 5. I think this one I will lower to a 3. I think what I said was the mini Goo Heads as well weren't creamy either. They were kind of solid fondant on the inside, and I guess that's a size problem. So that was an issue as well. So that was a bit disappointing. And I thought the eggs were very plain as well. He used a typical mould on the outside. He didn't, the only difference is in the wrapper as well. They have like a werewolf on the wrapper, or a ghost, or a mummy, or something. Whatever. It's Frankenstein's monster and Dracula, I think. I'm not sure if a ghost is one of them, actually. It might be. Anyway, either way. So they don't have any special decoration on the egg itself, which is disappointing. I mean, cream eggs don't either, but even so, I think for sort of this Halloween product, would have been a good idea. So they're just a bit lazy and disappointing, really. They're a very lazy product in many ways, in what's in them and what's on the outside and what's missing. Yeah, so I think, I will put them down to a 3 out of 5, I think. Yeah, shame, really. Now, Vities Gingerbread Flavoured Chocolate Digestives. Yes, I gave these ones a 4, actually. I said these actually stood out pretty well because of the fact that didn't taste... they had more of a flavour to them, unlike a lot of the other sort of digestive offerings around this time, all the sort of the, what they called, the Fabs and or FABs, whatever, and all the Great British flavour ones. They just had too much of a subtle flavour, but these ones actually stood out a bit, and I enjoyed them. Yeah, I thought they were good. The problem was it still was a subtle flavour, but it just worked better than the others because it was quite a strong one. Yeah, so not bad actually. I think one that just worked. I think whereas the others, as I say, the flavours are just a bit too weak. And I say while this one was weak, it just worked or worked better anyway. So 4 out of 5 I think was a good score, and I'll keep it at that. But I did review Bounty Secret Centre biscuits. Yeah, these ones were very disappointing. These ones, I thought it's just basically it's like a sort of biscuit bottom with a cream top. Covered in chocolate, and and it was just, I don't know, was there even a coconut layer? I can't quite recall now, but basically I do recall them being very poor. Just felt like the cream flavour just really worked against the sort of coconut flavour, really, in the middle, and it just, and I think I remember thinking, I just would rather have the biscuits. I remember taking the cream off and thinking, it just weren't very nice, and you can still get them. I think this like Galaxy and Bounty, I think have them. I think we had a couple of different types. I think in Bounty and I don't know if there's any Mars ones or anything like that. But it's that, it's Mars that make them essentially, or the Mars type products, celebration type products. What do you mean celebration chocolate selection? They were just very disappointing. I gave these. What did I give these? I think I gave them. I can't even find it now. Where is it? 2 out of 5. Yeah. I feel like if anything, it should be 1.5 out of 5. I think they were just a really poor product, and I think I am going to lower it to 1.5 out of 5. Just a really poor product. These ones, they were just really poor. Really poor product. Really poor product. I think 1.5 out of 5 is my kind of rating for something that's just a really poor product, but doesn't taste horrible. But yeah, just a really poor product. This one, 1.5 out of 5. Yeah. Now, Vities Christmas pudding flavour. Yes, these are back out again this year, I think. In fact, no, they're not. They've been replaced by the mince pie one, which I need to review actually. But the gingerbread ones are back out. These ones aren't available this year. I've not seen them anyway. I gave these ones a 4 out of 5 as well, pretty much for the same reason as the gingerbread one, really. But I did say that these ones taste a bit like Lebkuchen rather than, Christmas pudding, perhaps. And I think, that was just a bit of a disappointing one. I've noticed that a lot recently. The companies are saying things are sort of ginger flavoured or this, that, and the other, and it actually just tastes more like Lebkuchen. And it was the case with this one as well, as Christmas pudding one, which is a bit strange. And I did say I preferred the the gingerbread one as well, really. So but this was an unusual flavour and quite nice. But as I say, it tasted more Lebkuchen-y, I think. If anything, it probably would be a bit of a lower rating, this one, but I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt because I can't quite recall for sure. Really, and I don't believe I was disappointed with it. And at the time, I was quite heavily critical on a lot of McVitie's Vibs and other McVitie's chocolate digestives. And as I say, this one still came out before, so I'm going to trust my judgment there. All right, then we had the milk orange Jaffa cakes. Yes, this is basically Milka's version of Jaffa cakes. Now, milk chocolate Jaffa cakes essentially. So imagine a Jaffa cake just with milk chocolate on the top. I gave these a 4. I think this was a too high for me. I don't think in retrospect, when I've had them again, I think the milk chocolate doesn't work as well as the dark chocolate on regular McVitie's Jaffa cakes. So while they're all right, it's a nice alternative. I think I was giving it the fact that it's a good to have this alternative, but I didn't really. I don't know. I just think having them again and things, I don't really rate them that high. And I think for me a 3 out of 5 is probably about right. Yeah. I think just 4 is just too high for sure, and I think 3.5 is probably too high. And so it is nice to have that sort of milk chocolate alternative, but I just don't think it works as well. It just doesn't work. It's just not as nice. Yeah. So 3 out of 5. Then what do we have? Jerry Dodgers Gooey Apple Slime Edition. Yeah. So I gave these a 4 out of 5. I said it was a strong apple taste. I find that's generally a problem with Jerry Dodgers is that I find that there's not a strong enough taste. Because the biscuit's too prominent, it's too much biscuit basically. But I said there's usual Jammy Dodger issues, and I think I'm probably going to lower these to 3.5 out of 5 really, because I don't feel the centre was that strong to sort of overcome the biscuit taste really, the amount of biscuit there, just too much of it in Jammy Dodgers. And even while it's a strong apple taste, I think I'm going to dock it for half a mark, so 3.5 out of 5 for that one. So I say I do like Jammy Dodgers in principle, it's just too much biscuit for me. I know a lot of people out there don't find that, but the Fox's ones aren't quite Jerry Dodgers, but they just work perfectly in my view. They all got a cream centre as well as the sort of fruit flavour centre, but really nice. And then we have Vities Jaffa Cakes Fruity Blackcurrant Cake Bars. Yeah, and they gave these a 4.5 out of 5, and that's what made me change my sort of mind on the the 4 out of 5 we gave the orange ones before I spoke about. Because these ones are really nice. I just think Jaffa Cake Bars just are really, really good, and they really work, and they really pay good tribute to the actual Jaffa Cake itself. And these are the blackcurrant ones. I think at the time I said they should do blackcurrant as a proper Jaffa Cake flavour, and they have since done that. And while it was a bit disappointing, these cake bars really work. And as I said, I think they're probably better than the actual Jaffa Cakes. They're that good. Yeah. So 4.5 out of 5. Really impressed with those. Nice to have the blackcurrant flavour as well, and it was a strong flavour. Nice. Right, so 5 years ago, what did we do 5 years back? We didn't do any memory reviews. We weren't doing memory reviews that long ago. What did we do? Yes, well, Nestle Quality Street. Lots of sort of, and this time there's Christmassy chocolate selection ones as well. Nestle Quality Street. Don't think I really gave it an actual overall rating. Just rated the chocolates individually. I just said, it's a bit disappointing quality. I gave it a 2 out of 5, and I think that's probably about right. Listen, had the Honeycomb Crunch, was it? Had that new one there. I think that's gone again now, but that was a new one at the time. Placed the what's it called, the toffee something or other, I can't think what it was now. I just felt there's just so many sort of below average ones, the toffee penny, the fudge stick, whatever it's called. Just too many sort of quite below average ones really for me in Quality Street. And while they're nice to have as a whole, I just don't know, they don't really, none of them, like even the creams, the orange cream, and which tastes like orange flavour cowbell to me, and the raspberry cream, I think it's raspberry anyway, strawberry, I think it's raspberry. Either way, they're quite nice and everything, but they're so sickly really. I don't know, they're just nice to have as 1 or 2, and I think that's probably how they should be enjoyed, probably how they're intended to be really, but most chocolates will just be eating a few at once, and I found that, just after about 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them, it's just a bit much, and they just don't, none of them stand out as being particularly great. While they are sort of nice to have as a bit, a bit of a pick every now and again, just get a different flavour. I think generally they're just not that strong, and that's why I gave them a 2 out of 5. And I think that's probably about right. But I will probably review them soon again, or again soon even, because yeah, it's just around that time really, and they are a popular chocolate, so it would be good to have an updated opinion on the latest selection as well. I think I've reviewed them about 2 or 3 times in the past. Keep coming around every year or so, yeah, for obvious reasons. So yeah. And then the next one was Terry's Chocolate Orange Sensations. Yeah, so I need to re-review these as well because they've just got the white chocolate one that's replaced the popping candy one, I believe. I actually surprisingly gave these a 2 out of 5 because I think I was very harsh on these ones. I was basically saying that, you know, some of them just didn't have the orange flavour in really. Some of the segments just weren't flavoured orange. Now, it sounds strange to me that, but I guess that's true actually. Yeah, you know, strangely enough, you know, so saying it's a bit wrong that really, you know. Yeah, so I don't know, you know, I guess it's true as I say, but maybe it's wrong. I don't know. It sounded a bit questionable to me that. So I want to review these again anyway, and I've got them to actually to review. But I think for me, these are 4 out of 5. There just isn't really a weak one in the set. I think I was just being a bit harsh on them, saying that some of them just didn't have the orange flavouring, which I think is a valid complaint, but they're still very nice. I mean, there's a toffee one, I think, and maybe one of the others didn't. I'm not sure, but really nice anyway. Yeah, they are really nice, and I think there's not a weak one in them. I think it's a bare minimum of 4 out of 5. Really, I'm gonna go with that. I think on other days I could raise them higher as well, but I do think some of them are a bit too sweet. Popping candy one was a bit too sweet, and that was including this one at the time. But obviously, as I say, now they've updated it with the white chocolate one, so we'll be reviewing them again soon. So yeah, but yeah, 4 out of 5 for sure. Those ones at least. Yeah, I think probably one of my favourite chocolate selections, if not my favourite. So. Then I had Cadbury's Roses. Yeah, I don't think I gave it a real rating. I gave it sort of like rated them individually, but it looked like I would have given it a 4 really, and I think that's probably about right, really, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think there's some. It's strange. I said there was no dairy milk chunk in it. I think they might have removed that at the time. I'd forgotten about that, which was a very bizarre decision. I found a dairy milk chunk and just the chocolate blocks in these selections really quite nice as like little palate cleansers, just to have between other chocks when you just want something a bit more normal. I think Roses are good. I think they were just going through that point where they were really good at one point. Roses, they went sort of really weird, too similar, it's a bit too wacky, and then they kind of stabilised, went quite nice, and then they just went back again to being a bit, I don't know, a bit silly again. Got rid of some of the good ideas and replaced them with some bad ones. And as they seem to take out the dairy milk chunk in this one, which was a bizarre decision. I'm sure it's back now anyway. I hope it is. Yeah, and yeah, really crazy decision that one. And I think the problem with the Roses is I think it's just generally a bit better than Quality Street in my view, and it's partially because as well it's just the one I always used to have as a kid at Christmas, and I used to still really like that experience, and it's just a special place in my heart, I guess, really. But I do find that overall they are just a bit better than Quality Street in my view. I just think they're just overall nicer and more enjoyable an experience to have, and just have a better range of chocolates, and the ones that they are quite similar are just done better, I think, in Roses for me, like the various sort of chewy caramel ones and the orange and raspberry. Is it strawberry? I think it's strawberry, isn't it? Creams. Just generally done better. And I prefer the chocolate as well, although obviously I took out the dairy milk chunk at that time, but hopefully it's back in now. But yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, so overall I think a 4 out of 5 is probably about right, but yeah, I think it's a really great experience, and I think that is part of it. I think the overall individual chocolates are not quite as strong as you'd think they'd be, really. So that's why it's only a 4, but it's still a pleasant experience. So 4 out of 5. And then what do we have next? You had Celebrations, yes, the sort of like the Twix, Snickers, Mars one. Yeah, so as I said, I did do lots of these chocolate selections around this time, 5 years back. Gave this one a 3 out of 5. I just said it's just nothing special about them. No real massively weak ones, but really nothing special about any of them even. And I think that's probably about right. They are very... I mean, some of them are nice, some of them are sort of quite pleasant to have, really. As I said, there's a Galaxy Block, Galaxy Caramel. I don't know if Twix was there at the time, I think it was. But they're all just none of them are very special, all just typical chocolates you have, and none of them are really ones you can find elsewhere now. I mean, even back at some point, the Malteser one, the teaser bar, you couldn't buy at the time. It was just, you could only get these special Malteser ones in the Celebrations box, which made them very special. And the Galaxy Truffle as well, which they discontinued for some crazy reason. Although I think nowadays, what of all the truffles I've had, that might not be quite as special as it was, but it was special at the time, and that was about 15 years ago, however long it was now, I'm not sure. But yeah, 3 out of 5, I think that's about right for these ones. Yeah, they are just a sort of bunch selection of relatively normal chocolates, well, pretty much normal chocolates, really. The in and of themselves aren't very special, just very average. Some of them might be a bit higher than 3.5, generally, punch above the weight or whatever, but yeah, I think 3 out of 5 is about right, just pretty much average across the board. No real bad ones in there, but no real good ones either. Some okay ones, some better than others, but overall, I think 3 is about right. Nothing special really. I don't think you'd ever buy these unless you really, really like those chocolates. You know, as over roses or course you just get them for the office or something. You know, as an alternative selection to one of the other selections you got. Yeah, 3 out of 5. What else do we have? Yes, we had a couple of weird ones here. These Mentos or Mentos, Choco and Mint. I gave these 1.5 out of 5, which was yeah, was that what I gave them? 1.5 out of 5. Yeah, I think it was 1.5 or a 2 actually. It wasn't too clear what I'd given them. I think, but I think probably 1.5 out of 5 is probably about right. I think I said they're a bit like Cadbury's Eclairs. Really had a bit of a minty taste, but that was what they're like. And I'm not a big fan of Cadbury's Eclairs at all. Might be harsh giving it I'd say 1.5 over a 2, but yeah. I just don't think they were that great. So I think 1.5 is probably about right. So I'll stick with that really. And I also reviewed just Choco and Caramel, the same thing really. These are, again, were like Eclairs. The other ones had a mint in them. Again, these are pretty much directly like Cadbury's Eclairs. Yeah, and Cadbury's Heroes, you know, just like those really. And yeah, very yeah, just very disappointing those. You know, very disappointing. Yeah. Just I don't know. Just they're not very nice, those ones. And as I say, I think a 1.5 out of 5 or 2. I think a 1.5 out of 5 is about right, really. So just not a fan of those at all. Just really boring chocolates. Really. I know some people might like them, but yeah, not me. I'm just a bit. I don't hate them. They're just really boring and rubbish, and that's why I think 1.5 out of 5 is about right. I think they're just lower than the 2. I can eat them, but they're just really boring and mundane, and not very. You know, just don't enjoy them. Really, not a good experience. So yeah. Anyway, Cadbury's Heroes, yeah, these do contain, the eclairs. They need to get rid of those and the fudge in these ones, but this is sort of, you know, Cadbury's a sort of mix of mini sort of Cadbury's products, basically segments or whatever of them. You know, Whisper and Dairy Milk and Cadbury Caramel and stuff like that. And they're really nice, but just have some really, I say, rubbish ones. They're twisted in there. I don't know if that's still in there. That's a bit of a weak one I've always found. I think the chocolate's just not been very nice on it. Had the eclairs as well in there. As I say, they're just really boring and really rubbish one. And the fudge as well, which is another boring one. It shouldn't be in there. Those 3 now. I think there's quite a few in there actually. You know, a good 7 at least. But as I say, 3 of them are just not very good, and it does bring down the set really, because there's so much other better things that Cadbury could have in there, or just more of the other things, you know. So give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think that's probably about right. It might be a 3, but I think 3.5 is probably about right, because where the good ones are really nice in it, you know, and it's a good varied selection as well. So, you know, it's don't really blow your socks off massively, but as I say, the is a nice selection. If anything, it's a 4, not a 3, but I think 3.5 is probably about right, really. So yeah, so there we go. Well, that's all I did, 5 years ago. Yeah, so quite a few reviews there, really. Some interesting ones as well. As I say, links to all those are in the description. Yeah, let me know what you think as well about all these chocolates, and whether I think a lot of them are still around. Actually, I don't think there's any discontinued ones there. Anything I forgot about particularly? Maybe in the roses and things, those various chocolate selections. Some of them might have been taken out and replaced with things. As I say, the Sexations as well. But nothing as a whole has disappeared over the 1 year to 5 years. Any of those reviews, I don't think. Maybe the Mentos ones, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think they're still about. So there we go. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Check out the YouTube member program. Link for that's in the description. Also, you'll get access to those member exclusives if you choose the bronze level or above. Yeah, check out Discord too. Link for that's in the description as well. Great to keep in touch with myself and the community. Yeah, like my video if you haven't already. Leave a comment or free. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.